Good evening, friends. This is Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer of Treasury Consulting and also a venture capitalist. Today, we are going to shoot a very important video from an investment banking angle, which the entire world is facing. So, we basically having two kind of analysts in place in investment banking. But before moving to that, let me give you a small summarization. What exactly is investment banking? Investment banking, the very important role of the investment banking is the underwriting. Not many people in the globe understand the difference between investment banking and the merchant banking. Well, investment banking covers your funding position. On the other hand, merchant banking covers your daily corporate position like trade finance, foreign exchange, risk management and all. Investment banking play a very important role. They deal in good numbers, big numbers, while other people deal with small numbers. Merchant banking deal with small numbers. Sometimes if you're dealing with the big corporates, you're dealing with the big numbers. We also need to appreciate that when the investment banking get the contract. So let's take an example of an investment banker. I don't want you to name the company and also don't want you to name the investment banker, but I hope you get a hint. So we are giving you a hint that we are talking about a technological giant who is into the messaging business, but actually they are in the losses. So we are talking about a messaging giant who is into the basically the messaging business, but in losses. Since inception it is losses, just like Paytm and all. So I have given you the ample of hint. When they turn out the IPO, what happened? They hired one of the leading investment bankers of US. Now what happened when you hire an investment banker? These investment banker will not only do the job of the underwriting, but they do have the analyst on their panel who will continue to give the rating whether this stock is a buy call or it's a sell or it's a hold. What happened? This creates a line of discomfort, or which creates basically conflict of interest. Now what it create conflict of interest? You have Mr. X who is working in the same investment bank, who is doing the underwriting or who did the underwriting, or maybe they are going to get an underwriting. The situation will turn worsened when that same investment banker got warrants as a compensation. Now sitting today 2019, investment banker are getting fees in the form of shares. They're not getting fees in the form of cash. Well, let me give you an example of two top leading IPOs, which is Facebook and your so-called Alibaba. During Facebook and Alibaba, the fees which these investment banker received is 0.25% to 0.22%. But one of the important configuration of this fees is that this fees is predominantly in the warrants than in the cash. Now, what exactly that warrant? Warrant is nothing but a kind of warrant is nothing but the sum of options. So, example, Facebook entitled to give say $20 million or $2 million as a fees to the investment banker. Suppose Facebook did an IPO, and in this IPO they are entitled to pay $2 million. Now this $2 million, what they do, they will pay 200,000 cash, which is your operating expenses, salaries and all other thing. And apart from $200 cash, they will issue $1.8 million of warrants. Warrants are very easy said than done. Warrants can be of the multiple dated. So I have one option which is of 2 months, one for 3 months, one for 4 months, one for 6 months, and one might for 1 year as well. Now there is another person in the same investment banking who is getting the every month salary, and his job is to do the analysis on that stock. What he is facing the conflict of interest. If he give the sell recommendation to the investors who are outside, then it gives a wrong signal in the market that the investment bank did the IPO, but that analyst give the sell signal. If we give the buy signal and suppose stock do not go up, then it will lead to the credibility issues of that. And moreover, what important thing this analysts now have to do, which they were not doing earlier, what they are doing, they are giving the projected valuation of that company. So example, Paytm. Although Paytm is not listed, but there is a valuation report which Paytm created recently. Although this is not in the public domain, but somehow a lot of people have the copy of that. Now this suggests that 2024 would be the first year when the Paytm would be in profit, and then in 2026 it would be the first year when Paytm cross the profit of 2000 crore. Now if the same investment banker, suppose Paytm is getting listed in 2022, and if the same investment banker will give the sell, he is not an investment banker, he is an analyst. That is known as affiliate analyst and independent analyst. So he is an affiliate analyst who is doing the business for this, I would say, investment bank. Now what would, if he give the sell rating, this will create a conflict of interest. If he give the buy rating and Paytm do not perform, this will create the issue. Moreover, what they do, the valuation which they are suggesting in the market, this is sometimes also fake. Not fake, I would say it's a back testing. There are two kind of techniques which we have in the foreign exchange world. You know that one is stress testing and back testing. Stress testing means you will change the input variables, you will get the output variables. Back testing means you fix the output variable, you change the input variable. Now the case which we initially started, during that case, what happened, this analyst changes his forecast twice. This analyst changes his forecast twice, and what did happen, he kept the price intact at roughly $28, and today the same company is trading approximately at $11.22. Now the question here is, sitting today 2019, the fundamental function of the investment banking, which is that there are two different roles. One who will do the underwriting honestly, which is never happening. One who will give the honest valuation call in the market. Of course, valuation is an art, is not a science. It might possible the valuation, basically the interpretation you have about that company might not hold true. I am totally in sync with you. But at the same point of time, we also need to appreciate that if this interpretation is having conflict of interest, this will distort the investment's money. Now, to wind up my discussion, I would like to end up with one question to all of our users, reviewers, viewers, and everyone. Just take out the list of top 5 companies, those who were startups, of course in losses, and recently being IPO'd, including Lyft, including Snap, and others. And just calculate the analyst call of that investment banker and just see how many times that analyst call turned true. You will get your answer. Henceforth, I always say that once you are investing in an IPO, it is always better to watch independent analyst than the affiliated analyst. Do not watch independent, do not go with the affiliated analyst. There is a huge conflict of interest. The world saw LIBOR scandal, the world saw, you just name the foreign bank, name the bank who is not in a scandal. Can I have one American bank who is not in the scandal? Henceforth, it is very important to go with the independent analyst than to go with the affiliate analyst. Yes, we can read the report for the affiliated analyst for the sake of knowledge, but there is nothing to go with them. And I have not mentioned anyone name in that. With this, I would like to thank you very much. And I also would like to update you that Treasury Consulting recently acquired one platform which is binary banking, and hopefully by end of June we would start developing that platform. And the purpose of acquiring that platform, that we would be making this platform as an investment banking platform, because you know that by 2024 to 26 we have to go for a banking license in this country. Since we have to go for banking license in this country, so we need to set up our front office, we need to finalize our front office exposure by 2022. In that regards, it is very important us to enter into investment banking, and binary banking would help us. We will convert this platform into the investment banking platform. The development will start in June, and hopefully by next year 2020 it would be up and running the way, the look what we wanted to see. Moreover, if you are a financial market enthusiast, you have your credentials in place. We have a WhatsApp group wherein we are dealing with the market. We don't follow any norm, no regulator is there, we just do what we wanted to do. If you feel you are a financial market enthusiast, you can join this WhatsApp group. You can WhatsApp me your credentials, we will see we can add you or not. This group is on the invitation basis. Moreover, at the end of this video, we need to appreciate that affiliate analyst versus independent analyst is a very hot issue in the investment banking. But unfortunately, the paid media is not showing that. But doesn't mean that this issue no more exists. With this, Treasury Consulting, thank you very much. You know my phone number 919899242978. You know our fixed income platform www.fixedincome.global. See you soon.